Hey, what's up, all you basement dwellers? Tickle My Shoes here, aka Fluffalole, also known as the Hecate King when I play games such as EVE Online. In this event series here that I'm making, we're still going over ships that you can do the sites in and with the new event sites that CCP has released so that you can obtain the new BPCs and the new materials and items and things that are needed to create these new ships. Here in this video, you guys can see that me and another pilot, which is Lurk Stew or Lurk Staw here from my in-game channel, me and him went in two of these ruptures and we went and soloed the site together as a team. So you can do it really cheaply if you want, or you could go and do it solo and heavily expensive things. But you can see that this rupture actually pulled it off, and it held out pretty well up until the final spawn, which was the end boss. That was the only thing that really brought us difficulty, because as long as you're working together as a single unit, it is pretty simple. You just have to make sure that the base amount of DPS that you need to complete the site is around 600 to 700. You don't want to be any lower. I would say around 550 at a low range. So when you have two of these ships and you're combining their DPS together, singly it would be pretty hard. I would not suggest trying to do it solo, but together it seems pretty viable. I haven't had a chance to try it solo yet, but here we can get right into the build, and you guys can see that we put on a medium ancillary current router. That way we can fit on the large compact battery and the medium capacitator booster. Here we got the thermal and the kinetic reinforcer for the resistance for the site. The Rupture and the Minmatar race have the heaviest resistance to EM out of all the ships, so we didn't really have to worry in that aspect, which allowed us the ancillary and to get more resistance and other things. Here we just put a small Nasta 2 on because I had some extra room and we didn't really have anything else to fit. And when you are active like this, you do want Nasta. We just have the 220mm Volto cannons so that we can brawl them down when we get close. Me and him both have the exact same build. We have the 10MN afterburner and the stasis web here. Other than that, that's basically all you need to know. Down here you see that we just have the basic damage control 2. Make sure that when you see this video you put the damage control 2 on there, not the damage control 1. We were testing it in alpha mode as well, and it is viable in alpha mode, but you need 3 people, not 2, because you do lose some bonuses. It was able to do it in 2, but a few times we did die, so 3 is best as alpha pilots if you're not omega. But we just have the ancillary medium armor repper and the basic medium armor repper. Make sure to teach yourselves that when you're doing the site, if you choose to use the Rupture with your friends, that you use the medium ancillary armor repper not as your base repper, but in times of dire need, in case your tank is breaking, just use your casual medium armor repper, because you can see in your cargo hold here, you do have a crap ton of 800 boosters. If you filled up, you would have 1 in the chamber and like 14 or 16 in your cargo hold. So that's pretty good when you're rocking the hail DPS. If you overheat, we chose to use the Hobgoblin drones, and when you overheat you're around 385. If I had full drones in there, it says about 400 DPS, so times 2 you're at 800 DPS, more than enough, more than needed to complete the site. So the ship worked out pretty well. Make sure to take into account, you guys, that we did discuss that if you used 2 medium armor reppers, because you might not need this in some aspects, or you could put some other module down here, but it turned out that when that end battleship spawns, there's a thing about him. Even if you had a micro warp drive engine, he always bounces around and then lands 20 to 22 kilometers from you, and then he gets 1 to 3 shots on you. So either way, if you're free burning at him with the afterburner, he's still going to hit you, and if you burn at him with the increased signature radius, he still gets those shots off. So no matter what, he gets those first strike shots. So when you're doing something really low like this as the Rupture here, remember, you guys, that it's not actually 87 million. You just see all this stuff in the cargo hold from stuff that we looted. Like if I take that out, there's the actual price in low sec. In Jita it was like 48 million isk, so it's super cheap. You and a bunch of friends could run this. Remember, if you're doing it alpha, you do it with 3 people, and pretty much that's it, you guys. With that said, I hope you guys enjoy the video.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, so as you can see we're here in the site, me and another player here, we're seeing if we can do it in a little T1 Rupture build that I rigged up, and make sure we get this guy next. Just seeing if it's viable. These things are 40 million ISK, they're designed for 2 or 3 of your friends to go in and do the sites. Make sure we're shooting and webbing this guy. So far so good. These are the beautiful Minmatar Ruptures. Nobody ever gives them as much love as I do because these are some serious, pretty tough powerhouse ships in my opinion. You won't find any as strong as them anywhere else. So far it's working out pretty good. This is the first wave and he is rocking the exact same build as me. And we gotta tell him remember to focus fire. Remember to focus fire. All in all, it's working pretty good. These are just 50 million-isk straight up ruptures. So you as a new bros can get out there and get your bang on with your friends. Gonna lock up Stru here just so that we can watch his life. Ask him how he's holding. Here we're going now. They're looking beautiful. I got the aggro. So it's working out pretty good in my opinion. I'm really liking this. Let's get on this guy down here. I didn't have my engine on, chat. Whoops, or I might have power buttoned it off. He's got the aggro now. And the ammo that we are using, because everything in here seems to be weaker to EMP usually, or these ones are the kinetic ones. So I should be using some hail action. So let's go closer. It looks like he lurks under some pressure now. He might be stationary. Make sure to orbit. Always you guys make sure to get in some kind of orbit going and not just be stationary when you are afterburner fit. We do have the large batteries which allow us to get those extra reps in, and the ancillary reps are for when you're under that serious pressure. So this guy's going down. Alright, let's tell him to anchor on me 1K. Oops. And make sure you guys to put your drones in every spawn. This right here is Lurk. This is Lurk right here, you guys. He's from my in-game channel. This is his first time ever running the sites, and he's doing it in a T1. So we'll get on that guy. Get a nice order about 5K. That way we get some decent tracking all the way. Tell him this one next, and then that one. Alright, I got the aggro, so let's burn up at them now. Overheat my ripper. It's working pretty good, so you guys can truly see that we're about 5 minutes in onto the second wave, and we are rocking the Minmatar T1 cruisers. I shouldn't be flying directly at him. Let's turn some heat off. We have heavy EM resistance to some of them and some decent thermal resistance, so that's helping us pretty good with the Amar ships. Sorry, the Minmatar ships. Sorry about that. That's helping us pretty good with the Minmatar ships. Let's get on this guy. Got our drones going. At the 10K range because I switched to hail. Let's get that going. Let's orbit at 75. We're going to need to rep some ancillary. That's what we brought it for. Just a little extra boost every once in a while so you can see it'll just bring us back down. Just like that. As long as we're focusing fire together, because in this site you need about 600 to 650 DPS to properly break the vessels and complete the site. So two of us together, we're just above that mark. Three of you, you should be rocking. As remember you guys, EVE Online, as it can be fun solo sometimes, and it can be fun doing a lot of things and finding things solo, you know, getting all that loot for yourself, but EVE Online in the end is a multiplayer game. So it is more viable to do this together, because if you do it together, it's cheaper. Like right now we're doing it for 40 million, where solo you would need to spend like 80 to 120 million is because you would need like a battle cruiser or a gila or something like that. You'd have to spend more money because you're doing it alone. The more people that there are, the cheaper everything becomes. So that's the aspect of working together as a single unit. So far this is working out really, really good. This is our first try. This is even my first attempt at running this ship. And you guys will see in the following days that we will be releasing other ships for everyone else and other builds and guides that you guys can do and go and get your pew on along with your buddies and be able to do some of these sites and get your riches with just some basic Tech 1 cruisers, which is pretty cool. So we'll keep around this guy, set this range here. This guy's going down pretty good now. That drone's in. Head back to the station. The station over here. Alright, the next wave's coming in, so you guys can see how it goes. So I'm just going to speed the camera up now, you guys, until we reach the final boss, and then we'll undo it again. So I'll see you guys shortly.
A few moments later.
Alright guys, as you can see, there's the final wave. Here's the final boss. He newts heavy, so we got to overheat on him. Hail. Alright, he's right there, 20 from us, so let's start approaching him. He's on me now. Remember, he hits like a mother trucker. I'm gonna use some ancillary. He actually might kill me. Oh. Overheat it all. Did I get in on him? Save some ensil. Oh shit, we weren't even firing, you guys. Rookie mistakes. You didn't see anything. Alright, we're on him. The ancillary repper is needed. We just proved it there that if you are out of range in this ship, you will be destroyed if you have just 2 regular reppers. Because remember, I didn't eat any of the drugs. We have no boosters going. If we go into the augmentations here, no boosters going, nothing, just the power implant. So we wanted to see if we could crush the site. There is boosters in my cargo hold, but we didn't use them. Making sure that the cap is the most viable thing right now to complete the site. So far it's looking pretty good. And this seems to be a completed site, you guys. As you can see, 2 players in 248 million-isk ruptures can go ahead and smash this site and go and have some fun. And when you're done, you can just, if you want, you can go and freely YOLO your cruisers out into the factional warfare zone and militia space. Alright, we got +1 in local. Let's check the loot. 39 mil. Alright, now let's tap. He's never been in here. So now we broadcast to him. There is a vault to loot. We got to kill it. Because it uncloaks you guys and it's over here. Then BP's inside. Alright, let's head for the vault. Reload everything. Just in case a player comes. Alright, so far so good. We're the only ones in local, so keeping our scan up. Alright, perfect. Alright, stay close just so we can grab the loot right away. Well, that was pretty cool, you guys. You can see that a T1 Rupture can go out there and enjoy the sites for the next 10, 11 days, depending on what time you are checking this video out at. And you can see we just got, what is that actually? Let's check the info here. Bullets. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget to please like and subscribe, and don't be afraid to get out there and try your own versions of ships and builds, and to go out there and meet some friends along the line and get some loot out there for yourself. Maybe even be one of the ones to create one of the Skybreaker ships and enjoy some of the old pew pew and the factional warfare zones while you're at it.